Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Alright, before we get into the video today, this is very important. I'm super excited about this. We've been working on it for a while. It looks absolutely fantastic. You guys are going to love it. I've set up an email community content channel, which is basically a fancy way of saying I've got my own newsletter. But it's like a newsletter on steroids. Honestly, people, it looks sensational. If you guys want like a one-stop shop for everything Ade Oladipo, me, then this is something you have to sign up for. It's absolutely free, of course. It has all kind of behind the scenes stuff, exclusive content. All the giveaways we're going to do on the channel will be there first. Competitions, prizes. We are going live, by the way. So this is my first time, I think, properly talking about this. We're going to take the green chair on tour, which is kind of crazy, right? We're going live in September, but you'll find out all about that again on this newsletter. So all the kind of stuff I do behind the scenes at the Zone, TalkSport, the Club World Cup, you guys will get access to it first on this newsletter. The link to the newsletter is in the description below. Please sign up. Again, it's completely free, but what it does do, it enables me to kind of put everything in one place, one space, and then you guys will always be up to date with what I'm doing. So yeah, that's launched now. It's live now. So again, the link is in the description. Let me know what you think. You guys know what I'm like, right? I always put stuff out there and then you guys will tell me if you like it or not. You guys love the look back. You guys love the car diaries. I've got so many more shows coming, by the way, with people that you guys know. So yeah, again, very excited about it. We launched it yesterday. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Phil that helped me do it. He's incredible. His mind's incredible. And I think you guys are going to like it. Again, it gives you access to me early before stuff jumps on the YouTube. And it also enables you to kind of keep up to date with what I'm doing, not just here, but when I go to America, when I go to Saudi, wherever I go in the world, you guys will kind of know about it because of the newsletter. So yeah, please, again, link in the description, sign up for it. All right, let's have a look and see what there is to talk about today. Justice Hooney prepared to crash this homecoming party Fabio Wardley has planned. Yeah, that is not this coming Saturday, next Saturday, Portman Road. I've spoken to a few people and they've done like really good tickets for this. Like, I thought there might be a little drop off in tickets because obviously Jarrell Miller isn't there, and Jarrell Miller was selling that event pretty well, right? But I think they've already done over 20,000 tickets, which is good. So I think this could be a sellout, which I think is very, very good. Justice Hooney is a bit of a problem for Fabio Wardley. He's a fantastic fighter. I believe there was a plan to go Justice Hooney, Moses Atalma. But they're going Justice Hooney, Fabio Wardley. I spoke to Justice about 2 weeks ago, and he said it's a fight he just couldn't turn down. Obviously, he would have preferred a 10-week fight camp, but he stays in shape. And as soon as this was presented to him, he was like, yeah, sure, 100%. A lot of the home favourites have lost recently. When you think about it, Josh Taylor lost, Lee Wood lost, Lewis Crocker lost, Johnny Fisher lost. Geez, there's something in the water. But no, I do think this is a very tough fight for Fabio. I think it's a very, very tough fight for Justice. I'll make Fabio a favourite. I'm speaking to Fabio today on the Ariel and Ade show. But Justice is a very good boxer. Honestly, highly rated amateur. That's obviously unbeaten as a pro. We spoke about that Kevin Lerena fight. And he said that Kevin Lerena is a lot better than people give him credit for. Remember, Kevin Lerena caused Daniel Dubois some problems. But he said he's like learned a lot from that. And I think since that fight, I think he stopped everyone. So he can punch as well. They're both around the same size. So it's not like the land of the giants. Honestly, this is such a good fight. And again, I edge to Fabio, but you just don't know. You don't know. I did say the risk reward for Fabio fighting Justice isn't much. The risk is really high. The reward, I mean, yes, he keeps his place when it comes to sort of title fights, sort of being in the rankings. But the reward for beating up Jarrell Miller, I think, from the casuals would be so much more. Not many people know who Justice is. So he might not get the credit. He'll get the credit from hardcore boxing fans. But those that don't know maybe won't give him the credit. That's my thoughts on it. Hard work. Nathaniel Collins announces himself to the world. Yes, congratulations to that man, who I believe he posted a photo that he was in hospital fighting for his life. I don't know how long ago that was. I'm going to say a couple of years ago. Now, He's announced himself. Like, you get that opportunity, you just got to take it. Chief support, big event, in front of a big crowd, a good platform on the zone. What can you do with it? And a lot of people thought that was going to be like a tug of war, a life and death fight with Lee McGregor. In the end, he made it look easy work. And now he's the WBC silver featherweight champion. The champion is Stephen Fulton. But even if he doesn't get that fight next, which I don't think he will, he's there now. And let's just see. He came out to a big crowd. Like, you know, he got a lot of cheers when he came out. Hopefully, he can keep some of that fan base because, as I said, they need someone in Scotland that can fill the hydro. It could be Nathaniel Collins. I mean, again, we wait to see how it's going to play out for him in the next 12, 18 months. But I like the look of him. Honestly, he's a really slick boxer. Like, go and watch the fight again. He's fighting on the back foot. Those counter shots on the back foot were beautiful. Like, Lee McGregor was kind of stumbling in. And every time Lee McGregor kind of went over his front foot, Nathaniel Collins made him pay big time. All right, let's talk about the thumbnail. David Benavidez did a sit-down interview. I'm not quite sure who it was with. I've only seen snippets of it. But obviously he was asked about what next. And he mentioned two names, two English fighters, which pleases me a lot. The two names he mentioned were Callum Smith and Anthony Yarde, as though it's between those two as to who fights for the WBC. Let's not forget the WBC light heavyweight title. I love it. I love it. And I will get to who I want him to fight straight away, Callum Smith. Like, I'll kind of have a little bit of more of a breakdown, but I want Callum Smith next. I think that's the fight. Callum Smith looked fantastic against Boatsi. Like, honestly, fantastic. And I am now very high on Callum Smith just because it wasn't like he was fantastic against a nobody. He was fantastic against Boatsi. Boatsi is very good. Like, people like to shit on Boatsi. I don't know why. Boatsi is a fantastic fighter. Might have underachieved because I thought that he would have and should have had a world title crack by now. But he beat Joshua Boatsi in a fight of the year contender. Like, and he, for me, showed that there is still a lot left in the gas tank. He is one of the biggest light heavyweights. He's bigger than Benavidez. Benavidez, I saw him. He was there in Saudi. I saw Benavidez. Like, well, you're not actually that big. You're big for 168, but you're not big for 175. Whereas Callum clearly is a very big 175 pounder. I actually think Callum could go to cruiserweight and fight some guys up there and be a lot bigger than them. Like, he's bigger than Ramirez. So, yeah, I think it's a great matchup. I think Callum is desperate to become a two-weight world champion. I think Callum would maybe prefer a Bivol fight because I think he understands what a Benavidez fight means and is. It's a war. I mean, you're going to come out of that fight hurt, you know. Whereas a Bivol will just outbox you. You might lose, but you're just going to get outboxed. Fucking Benavidez is trying to kill you. Sorry, I know it might sound a bit crude, but it's true, right? Benavidez wants to hurt you as much as humanly possible. But I think it's a fantastic matchup. As for Yarde, look, Yarde's an option. Yarde might get the fight. I think we've seen when Yarde is in world title fights, he seems to raise his game. We saw it with Kovalev, and we certainly saw it with Beterbiev, which was fight of the year over here. I'm still, though, very much in the camp of wanting to see Yarde versus Boatsi. Right? This, for me, is the last year or last time it can happen. I still think it will do good numbers. It maybe has lost a touch because of Yarde's most recent performance and obviously Boatsi losing, but I'm still very much in favour of that. Like, I don't necessarily care about that. Yes, Boatsi lost, but he lost to Callum Smith. And yes, Yarde didn't look great, but it's been a weird 12 months for Yarde. And let's give credit to Lyndon Arthur. So, look, if Yarde gets the call, Yarde could cause Benavidez problems, but I would prefer to see, I'd prefer to see Yarde Boatsi and Callum Smith get the call and fight Benavidez. I'm telling you now, Callum Smith can beat Benavidez. I'm not saying he will beat Benavidez before people shoot me down. Callum Smith can. He has all the tools, experience, size. He's got the greatest fucking body shot when he sits on it. He's got an incredible hook up top as well, which he disguises and goes to the body with quite a lot. He can beat Benavidez. Benavidez will be a favourite because the fight will be in America, but I love that fight. I think it's an incredible matchup, as is Yarde Boatsi. So that would be my 4. I'd like to see it play out like that. And then we'll see what happens with Bivol Beterbiev 3. But yeah, for me, Callum Smith should get the call and hopefully he accepts. Because I did see something. Did I see an interview with Paul Smith where he was pushed on that? Might be wrong. It might have been with Simon Jordan. And I think Paul was kind of like maybe dismissing it. But I think actually, to be fair, it's credit to Paul. I think he was dismissing it because at the time, they hadn't stripped Bivol and gave Benavidez the WBC title. So now that Benavidez has a belt, I think that was the thing that they were like, what's the point fighting Benavidez if there's no title? Well, there is a title now. So I think maybe Paul would have changed his mind on that. But incredible. Honestly, incredible fight that would be. All right, anything else? This is going to be a good fight. Eduardo Nunes and Masanori Rikishi. Both of them have made weight for the 130-pound title fight. What a good fight. What a good fight. Woo, that's going to be painful. Jesus. But that should be a good one. You know what's a really good fight, by the way, that's not really sort of getting the ears on it, and it should have loads more ears and eyeballs on it. Darius Fulgham versus Bektemir Melikuziev. That's such a good fight. Like Fulgham, I've been to Fulgham, I think I've done his last 2 fights, maybe. But I've been to 2 of his most recent fights. And in America, what they do, which they don't do over here for some reason, but what they do prior to fights in America is that you get to sit down with the fighter. Like, you have allocated time. So it'll be me, Mannix, Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, whoever else wants to be there. And you get to sit with the fighter and you ask them a bunch of questions for like 20 minutes. So basically you can use it on the broadcast. They don't do that over here for some reason. It's an American thing. Sitting with Darius Fulgham, I'm not joking. This guy is just so measured. He's very in that Andre Ward, Bernard Hopkins kind of mindset. Like, he's like that. And if he can get past Melikuziev, he's kind of arrived. He's arrived. Honestly, I think he's a really, really nice kid. And I wish him all the luck in the world. It ain't going to be easy, but there has to be a point when you are thrown into a fight where it's a 50-50 scrap. And this is it. And then we'll see what happens. Everyone gets to that point. So let's see what happens when he gets to it. All right, anything else before we are done? No, I think that's it. Guys, please don't forget the newsletter on steroids, I'm calling it. Again, it will keep you up to date with everything I'm doing. The link to the newsletter is in the description. Obviously, it's free, but I think it's, like I said, a one-stop shop for everything Ade Oladipo. If you are remotely interested in everything Ade Oladipo, I don't know. Peace.